Arizona's new recreational marijuana law is bringing jobs to an unlikely place. Plus, another semester, another round of parking problems. NAU's new president says he's on it. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Lacey Fraun.
And I'm Christian Ayala. Thanks for tuning in. Today is National Voter Registration Day, and students at NAU are taking action, urging their classmates to register to vote and let their voices be heard. Representatives from ASNAU had volunteers on hand throughout the day to sign people up.
So my name is Brendan Traxel. I'm the Student State Affairs Director for ASNAU, which is the student government for Northern Arizona University. And I'm here today trying to get some students to vote for National Voter Registration Day.
ASNAU President Maylee Acosta says everyone should remember how fortunate they are to live in a democracy.
We're exercising our right to vote. Not everybody has the privilege to have as much influence in our government as we do. So it's really important for me to encourage others to vote as well.
When we were there late this morning, the volunteers weren't having much luck, but they kept at it, giving out free t-shirts to inspire students to register.
Well, it happens every year. Students and faculty park illegally near the NAU campus to avoid buying a parking pass. For nearby businesses and housing, it's an annoyance. But as NAZ Today's Tori Smith tells us, the university is getting tough and towing violators.
For years, students have used private parking lots and walked to campus rather than pay several $100s to use an NAU lot. Some students just don't see a problem here.
Don't really see myself getting an NAU parking pass because I pay for my own tuition for college, and adding on an extra $300 to $600 for a parking pass is just, I can't really afford that. So for now, I'll just stick to either walking to class from my apartment or parking off campus and walking.
However, Aaron Stam with the University Transit says there are reasons they need to tow cars that are parked where they don't belong.
So we were reached out by some of our local retailers around the campus that had shared with us that they were struggling with vehicles being parked in their retail parking lots but coming to campus. And so we just wanted to remind the campus community that those lots are for their customers.
Many students have been under the impression that NAU parking lots have sold out, but that's not true. In fact, there are many parking permits still available in the South Commuter lot with wait lists for the other lots.
So I do want to make it clear to everybody we are not out of parking. A lot of times it is busy this year, absolutely. The number of spaces really depends on the type of parking zone. Resident zones, we keep it under a 1-for-1 ratio. Commuter and employee in the garages, we can do slightly over. We just monitor and track the usage really carefully.
In the event of a full parking lot due to weather conditions or an on-campus event, NAU University Transit says it will accommodate students and staff in nearby lots. Of course, students can always ride a bike, walk, carpool, or take the bus to avoid parking altogether. Tori Smith, NAZ Today.
Parking passes are still available for purchase. For more information, visit the University Transit Services website listed on the bottom of the screen.
Today, NAU released the annual security and fire safety reports. Mandated by the Clery Act, all state universities are required to report on crime statistics on and off the university campus. NAU report includes data from 2018 to 2020. Between those 3 years, numbers for campus weapon violations, drug law violations, and liquor law violations decreased dramatically. However, numbers for off-campus domestic violence and incidents and stalking increased between 2018 and 2020.
The main entrance to the Flagstaff Mall is boarded up today after a stolen delivery truck was driven through the doors Monday morning. Flagstaff police say the driver attempted to break into one of the mall stores before he was arrested. The attempted burglary was unsuccessful, but the crash resulted in tens of thousands of dollars in damage. The driver's name has not yet been released by the police, but he is under investigation for other recent thefts and burglaries in the Flagstaff area.
As affordable housing continues to be a hot-button topic in Flagstaff, there are many solutions that different organizations and lawmakers have proposed throughout the years. Housing Solutions of Northern Arizona is one of those organizations looking to provide an affordable roof over people's head. The old Travelodge Motel located on East Route 66 has been shut down and purchased by Housing Solutions of Northern Arizona to provide a temporary affordable option for families looking for a home. Devonna McLaughlin, the CEO of Housing Solutions, says the organization aims to convert all 44 units of motel rooms into transitional housing complex for low-income families.
The goal would be to provide those rental units as transitional housing to households experiencing homelessness.
With funds from the state of Arizona and the Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, Housing Solutions was able to purchase the property and add new features such as kitchenettes, sprinklers, handicap accessibility, and guidance services from partnering organizations.
One of the key features of transitional housing is that housing case management service. It's the person who's going to work with the clients to say, here you are now, where do you want to go, what resources are available.
These services will also help clients to increase income, settle previous debts, and how to get on waiting lists for affordable housing. But guidance isn't the only service available for clients. The Flagstaff Family Food Bank has also partnered with Housing Solutions to provide meals for renters.
Twice a month, we'll have boxes packed up here, both produce and dry food will be packed up here and then brought over to the location and provide dairy, produce, meat products, and dry goods for all the residents there.
However, the housing isn't open to just anyone. New clients can sign up for a 12-month lease and stay up to 24 months in a unit, and applicants must be referenced through the front door program at Flagstaff Shelter Services.
In order to get help, you'd be homeless. You'd have your income not exceeding 60% of the area median income based on your household size, so you're low income by definition. And then you're referred to us from the front door, which is how we verify your homeless status.
The rent would also be based on each tenant's monthly income, which is set at 30% of what the household makes monthly. There is not yet a scheduled opening date for JoJo's Place, but Housing Solutions stress how important it is for the Flagstaff community to keep looking for new solutions.
And this transitional housing program is one strategy. It's not the only one. It cannot be the only one. So we're excited to have it come to the market when we finish construction.
We are very excited anytime we can help one of our partners grow or better serve their clients, and this is what it's all about.
In the conservative small town of Snowflake, an unlikely industry has opened its doors, providing much-needed jobs by hiring local workers. As we hear now from NAZ Today's Rachel Blair, it's a cannabis testing lab.
Snowflake, southwest of Flagstaff, is known for its Mormon pioneers and its historic buildings. Now, it's also a hub for legal marijuana.
It might look like an old auto parts store, but actually, it's a sophisticated marijuana testing lab. In November, Arizona passed the Smart and Safe Act, which requires consumer-grade marijuana to be tested for harmful contaminants. That's good news for the local economy in Snowflake, providing more jobs and tax revenue. On Point Laboratories has been open for a year now. Maria Olson, a lab technician at On Point, was working at a Walmart before she applied to the lab and was finally able to use her chemistry degree.
Open doors for me. I know it's open doors for several other people. We have people actually that move from different states to come work here to have opportunities, so that's kind of cool. And I think it's giving Snowflake a better opportunity for people who go to college and come back home to have better jobs.
The state keeps a close eye on testing labs like On Point to ensure safe and quality-driven cannabis is provided, whether it be for medical or recreational purposes. The lab employs high-tech equipment in order to test for potency, microbials, pesticides, herbicides, E. coli, salmonella, and heavy metals.
We are audited by the state yearly. They come in and they look at everything and make sure that we're doing everything adequately. We're helping agriculture grow because there's a couple of cannabis farms up here, and so that's also creating jobs and it's helping grow the environment a little bit better too.
Sarah Sissom, another lab technician at On Point, started working when there were only 6 lab technicians. In just under a year, 40 lab technicians have since joined the team.
Every day always seems to be something new. And that's the thing with this industry, is it's changing all the time.
On Point completes 100 samples a day and tests cannabis safety and quality. Locally, it tests marijuana grown at Snowflake's Copper State Farms, and it also tests marijuana for multiple farms throughout the state of Arizona. Rachel Blair with NAZ Today.
A Maricopa County judge has struck down state laws that prevent schools from imposing mask requirements. Judge Catherine Koop says the laws are unconstitutional. But Republican Governor Doug Ducey calls the ruling an example of judicial overreach and wants an appeal. The ban on mask mandates has been widely criticized, and some school districts have refused to comply with the law.
ASNAU is donating more than $13,000 to the LGBTQI+ Commission Scholarship Fund, making it an endowment that will continually generate funds. The student government bill was authored by ASNAU Senator Katie Senator and Senator Jacob Carter, who pushed for the endowment. The scholarship will be available to students in 2022. Along with the funding, ASNAU passed a resolution in support of transgender and gender diverse students.
Queer people are underprivileged and often come from lower economic backgrounds, and so they do need that assistance, and they don't have that privilege that some other students may have. And I think that that's where we have to recognize that.
The resolution calls on the university and Arizona Board of Regents to take steps to protect the validity of transgender and gender diverse students. For example, allowing transgender athletes in competitive sports and making bathrooms more inclusive on campus. Coming up, students are still adjusting to in-person classes. Stay with us.
It is quite chilly here in Flagstaff at 56 degrees and chance of thunderstorms. I have good news for those of you who don't like storms. We have clear skies ahead. I'll have more on weather, so stay with us after the break.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The adjustment for students from high school to college can be challenging enough without the added stress of being back in the classroom following the pandemic.
That's right. Many who spent their senior year working online are facing a big life change. NAZ Today's Nick Ruth joins us with more.
Thank you, Lacey. It's not too hard to remember when COVID-19 restricted just about every kind of social gathering, and classrooms were no exception. NAU students are finally back in classrooms and on campus while most activities return to normal. But for some NAU freshmen, their last full year of in-person classes was their sophomore year of high school. This lack of social interaction can impact a student's mental health, according to Dr. Stephen Barger, who teaches social psychology at NAU. He says even if students are not diagnosed with depression, they can still experience symptoms.
there are broad surveys out there to suggest that people felt socially deprived, that people felt more negative affect, less happy, maybe more symptoms of depression, and that I would say it's fair to infer that some of that is due to our social relationship deficits.
NAU freshmen are doing what they can to adapt with changes, like Ellie Sagabiel, an NAU freshman and environmental major.
I love being able to interact with my classmates and actually getting to know them, especially being a freshman. It helps a lot to make me feel more at home here. And then I'm also in ceramics classes, so it's really nice to be a person for that because I actually get to make stuff.
Dr. Barger says getting out and forming relationships with peers again and getting involved with campus activities is the key for students to get those interactions that they have missed.
It's just having some people to talk to get a coffee with, go for a walk, do some homework. Those are the things that I think could be helpful.
Many organizations on campus are back to hosting social events and offering support to freshmen to make the change from high school to college life easier. Nick Ruth, NAZ Today.
You have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm your Tuesday night student forecaster, Tori Smith, and we're going to take a look at what is going on here in Arizona. We got some haze coming from California from those fires pushing through Arizona. We're seeing that here in Flagstaff right over here. And we got a beautiful storm system coming in right over here, going to blow through Flagstaff, and we're going to see some isolated thunderstorms and showers. I'm excited for that, but maybe you're not, so don't ruin my moment. Flagstaff, currently we are looking pretty gloomy right now, honestly, partly cloudy, pretty high relative humidity bringing those beautiful showers, and some pretty strong winds right now, so definitely put your hair up if you are going out. You don't want your hair blowing all over the place. High today at 59 degrees, low tonight going to be at 43 degrees, pretty chilly, but we are on average with those temperatures slightly under in the high temperature category, but not near those records, so that's pretty good. Precipitation for today, we saw some misting this morning, 0.05 inches. That was about 6:30 a.m. if you were up. I was not, so I did not see that. But that adds to our January 1st total at 19.11 inches. Looking pretty good. Monsoon season does end on September 30th, so we are looking for those totals. Probably we will mention those tomorrow. High temperatures across the state looked pretty good for today. 85 in Las Vegas, 81 in Kingman, 73 in Sedona, and Phoenix, you made it, 90 degrees. Finally time for those fall time temperatures, right? Tonight we are going to be seeing pretty cool temperatures here in Flagstaff at 43 degrees. And yes, thunderstorms, my favorite. But you might not want to curl your hair if you're going out tonight. I obviously didn't get that memo. But moving into tomorrow, we are going to see a high of 60 degrees here in Flagstaff. That's pretty chilly. You still want to wear some cardigans and some light sweaters. Showers and thunderstorms expected as well. Sunrise at 6:20, bright and early for you early birds. High temperatures across the state for tomorrow. 77 in Kingman, 85 in Lake Havasu. And Phoenix, you're finally dropping a little bit lower than 90, 88 degrees. Tuba City, we're also seeing 74 degrees, as well as in Page. Let's take a look at Flagstaff extended weather for your week. We are going to be seeing Wednesday 60 degrees, partial thunderstorms throughout the area. More of those isolated thunderstorms on Wednesday and Thursday at 60 degrees. Friday, we're going to move up in temperature as we have sunnier skies at 63 degrees. And Saturday, 67. It is spiking back up. And finally, Sunday, 68 degrees. That is all we have for weather, but stay tuned for sports after the break. Stay with us.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. My name is Hannah Ware, and I'll be your sports reporter for the night. To start off, 2 years ago, NAU cheer transitioned from a sanctioned NAU athletics team to now a club sport. This is because it is a requirement for NAU to have an equal amount of both male and female sports. I went out to one of their practices to get the inside scoop of how the team feels to step down from athletics.
2 years ago, NAU cheer went from being a part of the athletics program to becoming a club. In hopes of bettering the team, they hired on a new coach, Sawyer Bailey.
I am newer, so I wasn't here whenever we were still technically under athletics. So for me, this has all been like a learning experience because I have never been involved with a school where cheer is under clubs.
Leaving from Alabama, where cheer was more appreciated, and moving to NAU, where it has less of a following, Bailey wishes his team got more recognition for their talent.
I would like for more students and administration to kind of see the things we do on the more like athletic side of stunting and tumbling versus just like standing on a sideline and doing our cheers.
Although this team is not held up to the same standard as other sports, Sawyer realizes their relationship with NAU athletics is rewarding. For example, they get paid to attend NAU events.
As I've came into the program, I've realized it's kind of more of a blessing for us is the way that things run here at NAU. It actually works better for us to be a club as of right now. We can fundraise a little bit easier. We still have a great working relationship with athletics.
It seems that NAU cheer is adjusting to this new change just fine with their new coach. Coming from a state where cheer is a big deal, Bailey has a lot of experience to bring to this pep squad. However, they pretty much have a new roster of cheerleaders. Not only do the freshmen make up 1/3 of their team, but the sophomores, this is their first chance to practice in person. There's a lot of growth to be made as they head into the competition season. Moving forward, coming off a historic win in Tucson, the Lumberjacks faced off against Northern Colorado where they lost 10-17. Starting off strong, NAU led 7-3 after a 17-yard touchdown run by George Robinson. Defensive back Morgan Vest led the defenses in 10 tackles, only letting the Bears gain a total of 22 yards. However, in the second half, the Bears drove 75 yards in 16 plays, landing them a touchdown. As they approached the fourth quarter, freshman quarterback R.J. Martinez set NAU at the 3-yard line until they decided to go for a field goal, evening out the score 10-10. You can watch these Lumberjacks hit the field this Saturday at 1 p.m. on ESPN+. Well, that's all we have for Northern Arizona sports, but stay tuned after the break for your weather recap.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Is your family in need of more quality time together?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Nature is best enjoyed together.
So bring the whole family to discover all the bonding and stress-reducing benefits parks and forests have to offer. Visit discovertheforest.org and trade in phone time for family time.
Birds, squirrels, chipmunks, grass, worms, bugs, trees, rocks, and other objects in nature cannot talk. If you'd like to have a conversation while visiting nature, you will need to bring humans along. We strongly recommend starting with your family.
What to expect?
Why don't you ever see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. Yeah, I get it.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
No, I
was.
heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon? You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
I'm Rudy Tempesta. I'm 92 years old. I fought in World War II.
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here. I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes.
I already knew that I was gonna go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science, become the mayor or something, make the situation better for other people. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. We're going to take one last look at weather before we move on. So here is a weekly outlook. We are going to see Wednesday and Thursday some isolated thunderstorms at 60 degrees, going up to 63 and then 67 with sunny skies, and finally 68 degrees. That is all we have for weather. Back to y'all on desk.
Thank you, Tori. Tomorrow is National Coffee Day, and to celebrate, some coffee shops are offering deals for the entire day.
That's right. All day tomorrow, you can snag a free coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme, and McDonald's, just to name a few. Dating back to the 1400s, coffee has been a commodity for trade worldwide, but its popularity grew after the colonies made the switch from tea to coffee. Now, caffeinated drinks like coffee are consumed by 70% of Americans. In the U.S. alone, 40 million people consume coffee each day. While you are getting your morning coffee to start the day tomorrow, stop by your favorite coffee shop and see what deals they might have.
That is all we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And be sure to join us on social media. Have a good night.